Hello, good morning, and welcome to part, I don't know, 3 or 4, I lost count, of our trip up north. Today's the last day. We're driving more towards north than south. So, yeah, we're gonna hit North Cape today. We're right now headed to Supercharger in Honningsvåg, something like that. Also maybe get some coffee or breakfast there, because we hadn't had any. You've seen us get into this hotel room last night in the last part at the end, and now we are heading out. It's such a beautiful location here, really gotta say. It's so pretty inside this fjord. So nice. Also had a good night's sleep and a nice and warm shower, and everything was awesome. So yeah, now we're ready to hit more adventures in the cold 8 degrees cold nature. Nice. As you can see, we're in the tunnel, but it's not just any tunnel, but we're just driving below some fjord, and I don't know if the internet's great. So we're just driving through the North Cape tunnel, I guess. It's crazy. We're probably below some cruise ships or something, some 100 meters or so, maybe not 100, but some distance. So that's crazy. Just went down like, I don't know, quite a bit. What does my watch say? Minus 190 meters. Damn, that's quite low. So we are some 100 meters below the water. That's crazy, and you can see it's going back up now. Wild. And as we're taking the last turn, being welcomed near the North Cape, we are heading into Honningsvåg on E69, nice, towards the Supercharger, which is just over there. 3 stalls available, of 3 stalls in total, so that's great. Lots of industry going on here. It's wild to see, but yeah. There's the Supercharger. Really good. In the parking lot of the Rima 1000. And you gotta drive through a puddle to get there. It's 10 degrees out. A bit warmer than it was before, so that's almost wild. And we can't drive too far back because there is a wall behind. And we got our stuff on the back. So let's try to not hit it. Looking good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much as far as we can go. I'm gonna check real quick, but yeah, there's 1 more meter. All right, looking good. Let's plug into 1B. At the Northernmost Supercharger. Okay. He can plug in over there. Bit of a stretch, but should be working fine. All right, looking good. Let's have a quick look at our consumption for now on that leg from the hotel and from our last charging stop. From the last charging stop, 19.8, 198 watt hours per kilometer. And since the hotel, 261 because we were preconditioning and everything. So yeah, I guess we're gonna go find some breakfast and stuff. I just modified this here to be a climate submenu, so we can say keep climate on. Pretty nice. And yeah, then we're gonna go find some food or so. We're just coming back from getting some breakfast, and there's things happening here at the Supercharger. I think we are pretty much good to go. Let's check. Let's see. Now there's wait time. Right. Let's see. We want to go all the way up there to here to Nordkapp. We need to get there and back. We'll get there with 60% and round trip with 51. That should be enough. All right, I would say let's head out and enjoy the scenic drive to North Cape. And you wouldn't believe it, but we actually arrived at North Cape. So let's jump out and enjoy the scenery and look what's going on. Damn, we made it with 61% state of charge. Awesome. There you can see the globe of North Cape, and it's windy. I hope you can hear me. I'm gonna try and go there. And here we go. It's quite a walk from the parking lot to here, but it's well worth it, and it's so nice. We're 307 meters, I think, above the ocean up here. So if we look down the cliff, I'm not sure if we can over here, just roughly. That's quite some height, and it won't let me zoom in. Crazy. Super wild. Look at this view over there. The coastline. Crazy. It's a bit rainy over here, but not too bad. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. And that excavator, no, that, I don't know how it's called. It's so yellow. I love it. All right, we got all of the photos and all of the impressions. We could be here for hours, but we need to get somewhere. So, yeah, that's that. We are now heading back to the car through the cloud and then back down, back to the supercharger, fill the battery back up to full enough to get somewhere, and then head towards, I don't know, direction Hammerfest or something like that, probably, to check that out, because we now have still like more than a week left. It's now Thursday. We have until next week Saturday to get back home. So enough time to hopefully explore most of beautiful Norway, because it's already so nice and we've been here for merely a day. So yeah, crazy. I love it. Let's get back into the warm and head back down. All right, let's get back out of the parking lot here. So many Germans, you wouldn't believe it. It's wild. And it's a wild, not road, but ground stuff here. Dutch Model Y here and stuff. Not that many EVs. There's an ID4. And oh my god, that focus with rainy windows is so bad. It's crazy. I need some phone mount for all the way close to the window to be able to film with my phone and not with the GoPro all the time. But yeah, whatever. Let's get out of here through the clouds. Just before, you were able to see some weather station or something over there in that direction, which you can't see now because there's droplets and clouds. But the truck that we've seen before, can we get out of here? Yes, we can. All right, nice. The truck that we had in front of us when we came here, it drove over there, so they're building something there, but we couldn't see what. Just some construction site and some orange lights blinking. But yeah, great. We should drive a bit slower now with all of that fog. And come on. Our parking ticket valid until 5 p.m. Number 17,528. Nice. Great. Let's enjoy the beautiful scenery here. heading back into the Rema 1000 to charge up. There is 1 stall available, apparently 2 stalls available. Really good. Let's hope that's correct. Yes, 1 Model X there. Looking great. I think that Model X headed in our direction when we drove up there before. And there's a Volvo XC60 ambulance car. That's crazy. Really wild. All right, yes, looking good. Also with the old glass because it's orange when wet. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna jump out again to check how far back we can go. I've got just so much stuff on my lap. So let's see. There's water flowing down the wall. Great, looking good. Let's plug in. It's a bit wet. Come on, open up. I think he needs to step off the brake. Here we go. Charging up. All right. I think our next stop will be Hammerfest. I just checked it out. There's a charger there that we can hit. At least the Tesla says so. That would be 174 kilometers away. 11% more to get there. I think we need more than 11% more because that will never get us that far. Anyway, we're gonna charge up. There's also a supercharger on the way. Is this guy icing the supercharger? No, he isn't. And there's a supercharger, I think, here in Repparfjord somewhere. Yes, another 3-stall supercharger as always up here, but it works out fine. It's not that many EVs around here, it seems. So also look at that pricing. Wow, 10 different prices per day. It seems like it's 6, but still crazy. Yeah, all right, nice. Then maybe we can take a look at Hammerfest. It should be nice. We should be there at around 4:30 p.m. I think, after charging now. And maybe we can take a look at that and then head a bit further down somewhere around here maybe and find a nice place to sleep at. That's also not too windy, so we can get a good night's sleep. But yeah, we'll see about that. Also, the tire pressures are pretty low. But yeah, we got our compressor kit with us. We could put a bit more air in, but I don't think we need to. But we'll see about that. We're gonna get another coffee because it was really good. And then we're hopefully almost ready to go back down, further down, towards Hammerfest. We're just coming back from getting some coffee, and there's a Polestar coming to charge at the supercharger. Really nice. I think it's the only charger available up here, so no wonder everyone's coming here. That's also why there was such a parking disaster here before with the EQA and the Toyota Pro Ace van, because they all need to charge up here if they want to get to Nordkapp, because there's just not that much around, I think. But yeah, looking good. We should be arriving in Hammerfest with 24%. Let's see about that. But yeah, we'll try that. Otherwise, there's superchargers on the way, so no problem there. We're at 83%. Quick look at our consumption: 215 watt hours per kilometer up to the Nordkapp and back down. Quite a hilly road, and we're almost hitting the 4,000 kilometers now on the trip. Really, really nice. Let's see if that gets better now while driving when the tires get warm again. Yeah, then we should be good to go. As long as that's not falling below 2.6, everything is fine. arrived in Hammerfest with 25% state of charge after a long drive, but a really nice long drive. 172 watt-hours per kilometer consumption, pretty good, but also slow drive, so that's that. Let me get my charging card here. Yes, because we arrived at the local fast charger. 175 kilowatts. That's what all the construction sites did to poor Ghost. But that's okay. That was better once, but okay. Let me get that we plugged in. Here we go. Looking good. Card verifying. Sounds good as well. You are allowed to start charging. I love to hear that. The Kona is luckily charging. Damn. Something fell down in there. The Kona is luckily charging on the 50 kilowatt unit, so we can get the 175 kilowatt unit, which will give us, I don't think 175, but 130-ish, I think. Not sure, we'll see in just a sec. But that gives us enough time to enjoy Hammerfest and check out what the heck is going on back there. Probably an oil rig or something, or refinery. Better get my jacket because it's cool out there. 93 kilowatts is what we're getting, but falling down, so I think we could take more, but it's all right. We won't worry too much about it. We're gonna just charge as long as we're here to check out the city, and then we will continue on towards Alta, where we want to sleep nearby tonight. Walking through here, I already feel like this is Norway. There's so many EVs around. At first it felt like similar to Baden-Württemberg, to our home. Like, we do have some EVs, not a huge amount, but compared to the rest of Germany, we're probably in the higher end. Yeah, and that was how it was like before on the country roads and stuff. But now coming into the cities, the villages, it's not big here. Those are all smaller, like, towns. But there's so many EVs already compared to everywhere else. It's crazy. It's really nice. Lots of ID vehicles, lots of Polestars, lots of Volvos, but also, of course, many Teslas. And yeah, really nice to see. I'm excited for Oslo because that's gonna be crazy, I'm sure. We just quickly unplug because this Volvo wants to charge and we don't want to block him. We're at 90%. That's way enough. Got us some snack over here. Let's move real quick so he can plug in and charge. I'm gonna take my jacket off as soon as we moved, and then we're good to go. Great stuff. We also found our next planned charging stop in Alta at the Supercharger, because somewhere in that area we want to find a place to sleep at, maybe even a bit lower. We're gonna be there at 6:35. Maybe we're gonna drive until 7:30 or 8 or so, if there's good chargers nearby, because we don't have to park too far away from any charger. There's an ID4 over there or something. I can't zoom because my iPhone don't want to let me. Yeah, so that's that. Pretty good. My glasses are completely wet, so I can't see too much, but that doesn't matter too much. It's awesome to be car spotting in here. So many EVs. Something's up there. Some Lexus, I think. What else do we have? Nothing here in the parking lot, and no focus. Great. All right, we're gonna head towards Alta and enjoy some chocolate croissants. Nice. just arriving at the Supercharger. That should be somewhere over here. Here it is. And there's also a Volvo coming, but that doesn't matter because he's got his charge point on the left side, which is the right side. Not on the right side, which is the wrong side, because then they block the chargers for us. But looking good. There's an ID7. He doesn't charge, luckily, because he would block a stall. We're just gonna go to one of them. Doesn't matter to us. It's a V3. Quite some amount of EVs around here. I tried to spot some of them, but I'll try some more in the next days. Also, what do you think about our wild mounting of the GoPro for your pleasant viewing of landscapes? Looking great. Let's see, 144 kilometers since our last charge. We're still at 35%. We wouldn't have needed to charge, but to the next good charging point, which is like a bit further down the road, we would arrive with 3%, and we didn't want to risk it, so we're just gonna boost a bit here, get some of those nice 170 kilowatts, consumption of 186 watt hours per kilometer. All good. Let's see. We'd like to go even further, because if we continue right now, we would be there at like 7:45, and we don't want to visit anything anymore today. So we're thinking about, yeah, we have enough juice to go here. Freak you. Let's see. So our goal for tomorrow is Tromsø. So we thought about going, I don't know, maybe somewhere in that area where we can find some nice place to sleep at. There should be some chargers in that area. I'm gonna check that out. Maybe they're shown here. Yeah, there's a Supercharger here, but there's also something else nearby. So what? No, show me the what? There is Koppel, and there is Sørkjosen Supercharger, but only a 150. So this one is the better choice. That would be, let's see if we can make it there and remove the Koppel station before. If it's 170 kilometers, that would be 150. Would be there at 9, maybe drive a bit more. Is there something else a bit further down? I'm gonna check my other apps that show some more chargers. Maybe there's something around here that we can stretch it to 170 or so. Then we could go to sleep maybe in this fjord. Maybe there's some parking over here. Wow, that would be pretty great. Not sure if we can get there, but if we could go somewhere here, that would be pretty nice. Let's put that as a destination for now, and remove charging stops as well, because it will want us to charge somewhere. Let's see. We would arrive there at 9:45. That's maybe not too bad. If there's some chargers nearby to like go charging in Storslet, or if we can stretch it to Djupvik or Rotsund or Nordmanvik or something like that, then we can charge up for the night, hit the nice spot there to sleep, and then get to Tromsø tomorrow, maybe even without charging in between, depending on which way we drive. There's also a ferry which might be free, maybe. We're gonna check that. There are some ferries that don't cost anything, but we'll see about that. All right, we are charged up to, let's see, 88%. Way enough to continue to the next charger. Let's unplug. Let's see, that's all hella dirty because of all of those construction sites. My car is dirty as heck, but we don't care at this point. Alright, 28% at the next charger. Pretty great. And some options for sleeping tonight with chargers nearby. Sounds like a plan. So let's head out with whatever this is. Alright, there is a Taycan and an Enyaq taxi charging here. So we're gonna head onto the Supercharger because it doesn't make sense to wait for charging. Or, they're done? Alright, maybe they're done charging. Maybe we can charge. Let's see. Alright, even better. The Taycan's done charging. So then we can drive there and plug in. That's great. Alright, let's do that. Alright, that Enyaq boy taxi over there just unplugged. I think he wants to charge faster. Am I correct in thinking that? Because then we're gonna go to the Supercharger. Yeah. Yes. Alright, let's go to the Supercharger. Oops. I'm sorry. Didn't want to scare your horse. Let's go to the Supercharger then, because 50 kilowatts is not what we want. If we could get 190, then it's alright. Otherwise, let's suck up. Stuff. We arrived at the Supercharger for 164 kilometers and with a consumption of 186 watt-hours per kilometer. There's quite some things happening here, but looking good. We got our own stall for now, or our own cabinet number 3, so we should get good speeds. Ramping slowly, communicating first. Come on, do something. Do something. There we go. Nice. And we are ramping slowly, but that's all fine. Our next stop would be, whoops, over here. Where we thought about sleeping, but we just thought about maybe taking the ferries tomorrow, depending on when they go and if we are faster, because currently Google Maps says that this is the same duration as this. So we're not sure yet. We'll look for that. We're already at 140 kilowatts. That's probably all the supercharger can give us. That's all fine for now. Better than 50 anyways. So yeah, let's charge here for some time so we have enough buffer for the night, and then we'll see. All right, we use the time to plan the upcoming days because yeah, it's kind of difficult. We have a lot of kilometers still before us and a lot of fjords to cross, and that makes it all more difficult than we thought. But we're charged up to 99%, so that's all great. At least we used that time. And now we can head to somewhere over here to sleep, or maybe somewhere down here. We'll see about that. But we decided not to take the ferries because we would lose a full hour waiting for the second ferry going from here to here. So we won't do that. We're just gonna go around because it's the same time that the ferries would take, so that's all good. Maybe even less time because we don't have to wait for the ferries and stuff. So yeah, that's our plan. So let's unplug and then head to somewhere where we can sleep. Unplugging here, pretty good. Then we can swap drivers and get on our way. Nice. And we need to find somewhere more or less covered from wind. So yeah, we'll check for that on the way. After 40 minutes or so of searching, yeah, pretty much, we found a spot. 48 minutes, almost an hour. Damn. Not the best spot, but good enough. We're gonna unpack all of our stuff, get some food, and get some sleep. And I would say we'll see us tomorrow morning, fresh and ready to go to Tromsø. Yeah, great. And to avoid getting this video too long, I would say that's been it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys in the next one. Bye.